2010, April, mid-April. And here's something fun coming for you guys. Without knowing anything about Thailand, I booked a flight for 2 weeks, and I did a little bit of research online, and a lot of people told me Pattaya was a better place for entertainment and nightlife than Bangkok. After doing some research, I agreed. I skipped Bangkok, and I ended up not going to Bangkok for 10 years.
No way.
I didn't go to Bangkok till just before COVID.
That's the level of partying Pattaya has.
So I arrive in Pattaya. On April 13th. Those of you who know Thailand know this date. I didn't know this date. I didn't research this part. April 13th, 2010. And what's going on? Do you know? Songkran! I walk out of my hotel and somebody hits me in the face with water. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm just on holiday. And then I'm like, okay. And I had my passport on me and everything. I'm like, oh, this fucking sucks. So I go up, I change, I come out, and I come out with fresh clothes. I thought maybe this is just some weird Thailand thing. I get hit in the face again by water, ice water. Like something weird is going on here. And so then I asked people, and I found out what Songkran was. And here's another thing that makes me different than most expats. Sorry, guys. I like Songkran. And probably because it was my first trip, so I've got fond memories of it. I understand it's so divisive, but I like Songkran. And my first trip, despite enjoying Songkran, despite being in Pattaya, I would describe it as okay, like a 5 or 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I had a lot of culture shock because it was my first trip out of America. I was a bit afraid to try the Thai foods. And so then I came almost another dozen times over a 5-year period.
And what was your traveling itinerary?
About every 4 months, straight to Pattaya.
Just Pattaya, nowhere else.
And people are like, wait a minute, you worked for retail, yet you got the time off. Because I had seniority. I'd been with the company a long time, and the company gave me about 6 weeks. They've changed this. Now it's like 2 weeks. But I had generous time, especially for America, off. I got about 6 weeks a year off. So I split that into about 10 days here, 10 days there, 10 days there. I know in the UK, it's very normal to get about 30 days off, but it's very rare in America, Japan, some other countries. So anyways, I would come about every 4 months. And I would fly all the way from America. The flight never bothered me. It bothers a lot of people. I treated the flight as part of the vacation.
How many hours out of interest is it?
From the East Coast, from Washington, D.C., door to door, including layovers, it was about 36 hours door to door.
And that's direct flight?
No,
that's
depending on the way I went with both. Depending if I would go to Korea or Japan, or depending on if I would go, which I did more often, to Dubai and then to here. There was a layover and a stop on both sides. But there was still at least one very long, like 14, 15-hour flight.
Yeah. Well worth it, though.
Yeah, it was.
Why should they choose Thailand? What if they're thinking about coming to Thailand or anywhere else, why should they specifically choose Thailand? What are some of the reasons you feel?
You know, honestly, I think that can be a tricky question because I don't think Thailand is for everybody. I don't. I think the culture shock and the way of living, that's why I started with having a lifeline for it. Having been here and going into my 12th year now and coming here at a fairly young age, there were I made so many mistakes, so many errors. There were some I didn't make that are quick ways to go back home. Never, ever get a fucking overstay. Be here legal. Have health insurance for emergencies. If you drive, I don't drive at all. I don't drive a motorbike. I walk. I love walking. And part of the news is I see what you guys don't every day. I see, and I've seen it in person, the uncensored, unedited photos. It's part of our job every day because our reporters just take photos of what's in the field. I see the bloodied photos of people mashed into pieces on the pavement every day. So that makes me not want to do it. So don't drive drunk. And if you do drive, learn how to do it before you come here. This is a completely different aspect of driving in the UK and other countries. It's very not defensive. It's very offensive driving. Stay the fuck away from drugs. I can't tell you how many people here, get addicted to illegal drugs or get involved with it or think that's a way to stay here and make money. And I have acquaintances of mine who have ended up in the prisons and stuff here because of their drug use. That's not something anybody wants to do. So it's not for everybody.
Who is that everybody?
Huh?
You know, like when you say you don't think it's for everybody, who do you think isn't it? Who do you feel like the character doesn't suit Thailand?
People with untreated mental health issues, which is why I said a lot of people come here broken and they fall into the first relationship or the first girl that gives, or boy or whatever, that gives them attention. And, you know, like I said, I was a bit lucky that I've never, I came here coming out of a relationship unbroken where I was determined not to get into another relationship. I had zero interest in it. Many guys come here like desperate for companionship. I was the opposite. And I think that's the wrong type.
I'm with you.
If it happens, it happens.